Hi, I'm Alex Archbold, and I've been buying and selling antiques since I was 9 years old. From basements to scrapyards, I'll look just about anywhere I can to find lost antiques and collectibles. And sometimes I'll go big and buy everything. With my wife and kids, we run an antique shop in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, filled with some of the most unique items we can find. I never know what's going to happen or who I'm going to meet. This is our life, this is our adventure, and this is Curiosity Inc.
From home, honey.
Hey guys, and welcome to today's episode. Well, you might see that I'm at my house and things are looking a little bit sparse. That's because we've decided to do a little bit of home renovations here in the next little bit. We are going with a more modern look. We're gonna get the ceiling scraped down and get that painted out. We also had a couple spots that needed repair where we had a little bit of water runoff and it needed to be fixed anyway. So that's happening today. Also, Melissa, if you hadn't noticed, has painted the downstairs in one of her videos, sort of a coastal theme. And we wanted to match our furniture, so I'm gonna do a little bit of renovation to our coffee table, to our dining room chairs, and really try and help give it that coastal look that she wants. So follow along as we convert this somewhat empty space and ceiling, and we get rid of the popcorn. I guess grab your popcorn and follow along as we do a little bit of renovation in our own home. So a job like this takes someone with some skill, and that someone is Josh. And he's got dancing skills too. You've brought a partner with you today. Maybe not a dancing partner, but
imagine. I'm gonna actually ask him if he can dance.
Okay. He's actually asking if he can dance.
He can't dance.
He can dance if he wants to. He can leave his friends behind.
But he is the guy who taught me how to do basically everything drywall.
Wait, this is your sensei? Your drywall sensei?
That's a good way to say it.
Was it like a Karate Kid thing where you went to go visit him and like hang out and then he just made you work?
You know what he made me do? He made me do screws.
Oh.
And that doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is so annoying because there's hundreds. Say if you do a house. Okay, actually we did this mansion. It was 4 stories. You know how many screws are in that 4-story mansion? It was a 22,000 square foot house.
22,000 screws?
And I'm just hundreds and hundreds of screws. But by that time I also was learning. He's the best teacher because he let me do things that he's just really good.
So you're saying we've got the right guy for the job then?
Yeah, the right guy.
I'm most excited for this bit of water damage here to get fixed. What happened was kids had friends over, toilet backed up, water came down, and it made one of the drywall boards sag. And it's a really bad patch that's on there right now. We've been waiting to get this done. So there's a couple little spots like that where you can see the tape and the board is separated. We're finally gonna get that fixed. I guess I'll probably have to change the light bulb that's burnt out at the same time too.
It's flickered for a long time.
It's looking so sparse, like it is a dance floor in here. I kind of like it with the hardwood like this, but you know.
We'll see. We'll put the stuff back in and see how it looks.
Well, it's gonna look cleaner. In the meantime, I'll show the folks at home what I've been up to out in the garage. These are our dining room chairs currently. Sort of a leatherette base, it's black. The wood, it is solid wood, but the wood over the years, the varnish and veneer is chipping away. So we want to do something lighter, a more airy sort of feel. Well, I have gone ahead and unscrewed these because I'm going to have to reupholster it at some point. And we're going to get these all sanded down and primed, and I'm actually going to paint them. Why am I going to paint them? Again, we want to go for sort of a breezier coastal kind of theme, and I've got something special in plan for that. Why am I going to paint them? Well, we have sort of that breezy coastal theme planned, and the dark wood is, you know, it was okay for the time, but it's time to do something a little bit different. So I've got something up my sleeve for that. The guys have called me downstairs to have a look and see how things are going. So looks like you guys have been pretty busy so far. Scraping has begun. You can see the first layers coming off. Josh has got his magical lamp. So, how's it going, Josh?
Okay, so things are going plan A. it looks like we're going to be able to make a nice smooth ceiling. It's coming off really nicely, and it looks like they finished it to have a flat ceiling, and for whatever reason, there was texture put on it.
Okay, so it's relatively in decent shape underneath all that.
Yes, minus where there's water damage, so we still have to skim out the whole thing, but there isn't huge mud paths everywhere. Because what happens, there's like what's known as a level 2 in the industry, and oftentimes a level 2 just means you're going to texture it, so you don't really care about what it looks like because it's going to get covered up with texture. But in this case, it's almost a level 4, which that doesn't mean anything except for to people who actually do this, but a level 4 means a nice ceiling, so we'll just be able to tightly skim it and it'll be good.
Yeah, it's looking good already. You can see that popcorn coming off there in big swaths. And you don't have to wet it or anything before you do it?
Well, a lot of the times you do have to wet it, but this is coming off nicely.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm glad you guys covered everything up too.
Oh yeah, so part of the reason why I wanted Steve to help me with this is because I thought it was going to take forever, but this is actually really easy.
Okay.
But the more the merrier.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'm going to get back to work in the garage. I'll come check back in a bit.
Excellent.
So Josh found a surprise. What's going on with the ceiling?
Okay, so this tape here is a, I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's like a meshy type tape. It's not a paper tape.
Yeah, I've seen that stuff before.
Right, this is stuff that you use if you're either like don't know what to use, which is typically what home buyers or homeowners use. But this was probably an insurance job based off of the water damage thing.
It was, yeah.
So that combined with the way that this mud is coming off, that product is it's like a quick set. I don't know, brand names don't matter, but this is not the right type of job to use these two materials with, and that is why we have such bad sag. Also, it could be that the extra water kind of saturated in there. Like that's always going to be a factor, but this likely would have sagged regardless.
Okay.
Just because this is not good material to use. It's just, it comes off with time.
So do we have to replace the whole board, do you think, or just
No,
the table?
it looks like we bought material for no reason. We just have to tape this in nicely. It's still a good, it's
Still solid?
still solid.
Okay, well that's encouraging.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna leave you to it.
All right.
Something happened on the other side of this plastic.
Something gravy.
I feel like there's a barrier between us. Ooh, look at how smooth that ceiling is looking.
So yeah, this is first coat. So far it's going pretty good. Second coat and third coat will bring it out minty.
And you said that most people don't do a smooth ceiling in their house because it's expensive to do a smooth ceiling.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's got a couple more steps to it. Taping is expensive in general. Yeah, tapers will charge probably sometimes up to double depending on what level of finish you want. So, you know, a lot of people just go, let's texture it. It looks okay, and it looks finished, so good enough.
Right, but we're going for better than good enough. We're going for, wow.
We're taking the long way around because it's actually pretty nice underneath the texture, but this is necessary for it to be good.
No, that's looking good. Josh has been doing the repairs to our ceiling. This had been repaired once before, and I guess they used the incorrect tape that he was talking about, the sort of fibery tape, which is just sort of garbage. Well, it's not really appropriate for that type of job.
It's more so for industrial settings. It's not meant for repairs. It's really not good. I don't think it should exist. This stuff, don't ever use it. This stuff, paper tape.
That's the right stuff.
This is what you want to use. Also, they use the mud. It's not great for this type of setting either. It does have its application, but not for this. Also, they didn't put enough screws in there. So you can see I put a few more in there, and underneath my tapes, I put more screws too. So that contributed to the sag,
right,
as well as over here. They put in so much patches. They should have just done it with the 2 pieces instead of 3 pieces, but
that's how they did it. Okay, so you're waiting on this to dry and then another coat?
Yes, that'll be tomorrow though.
Yeah. It's the next morning. The guys aren't back here yet, but you guys missed a lot of activity last night. We had a fire. We had a lot of smoke. What happened was, in the midst of cleaning up and getting everything all put away, something got put on the stove that probably shouldn't have been. And in the midst of getting the ceiling done, the stove was bumped. One of the burners was turned on. And, well, I'll show you. This is now Melissa's plastic container. Look at the bottom. All of that melted on the bottom and turned into this heavy, thick smoke through the whole house. So we had to vacate for a little bit and fan everything out, but it's pretty well back to normal now. And even Josh was able to get all the damage off of the stove, so that's okay. But boy, it was pretty tense for a little while here. Did not catch it on camera because grabbing your camera and filming is not the first thing on your mind. I'm gonna go outside and work on getting some of the chairs sanded down. Josh and his partner Steven should be back here soon to finish up or to get another coat on the ceiling, but it is starting to look good. I think this will be a nice treatment to the main floor, kind of class up the joint a bit, but I'm gonna get back to work. Well, this will probably be a little bit of a chilly job today. It looks like we've got our first little bit of snow of the season, so it's gonna be a little wintry outside, but I don't want to sand indoors because I've been refinishing tabletops and doing a little bit of work in here, and I don't want to get dust all over all my new work. So I'm gonna take it out to the driveway to do, and hopefully not get any dust in here. Now for the fun part. Loosen the screws on the cushion, get it down to the frame, get out the trusty sander, and get cracking. There, that should be scuffed up enough that when I put some primer on there, it'll stick. You don't want to just paint right on a smooth surface, otherwise it'll peel off really easy. So you have to give it a good sanding or rough it up. I could take it all the way down to bare wood and just put clear on it like I did with the tabletop over here. But I'm not going to do that. We want to go for sort of a white and blue nautical seaside theme. So that's what my lady's going to get. Next up, we're using some primer. This is Zinsser Cover Stain, so it's a really heavy-duty primer. It will cover the dark. It doesn't have to be a complete solid coat. It just has to cover the surface enough that, you know, we're gonna get some good coverage on here. So we're gonna start just laying it on, getting that on there, getting all the surfaces covered, so that when we do eventually go to paint this white, we'll have some good adhesion, and the primer is what's going to do that. It's going to help bond the surface of the wood and any leftover stain that's on there with the new paint that we've chosen for it. So I'm going to go ahead and continue painting all through here, get this primed all the way, every little nook and cranny, prime the whole thing, make sure there's no runs, and then after that's all dried, we should be just about ready for paint. And I'm using a roller. Why am I using a roller? Well, I did the primer with a brush, and a brush will leave it'll leave brush marks, and I don't want to have brush marks on it. I want it to be as even as possible, and a roller gives you a nice wide swath. So when you're going up and down or side to side, you can really get a nice even coverage there, and you won't be able to see the brush marks. Plus it fills really well, so if there's any little imperfections or scratches or things like that, they won't be as noticeable. But I'm gonna go around and basically do the entire chair with this until it's pretty much all covered, and then I'm gonna come back in with the brush after this is dry and touch up any spots that didn't get hit by the roller. While the chair dries behind me, I'm gonna head inside and work on some of the upholstery for the bottom. As you know, there's sort of a leatherette vinyl covered seat right now. We wanna go with something a little bit more fun, a little bit more nautical, and I think I've got the right fabric for it. Next up, I'm gonna work on this lower cushion here. I've got some seaside inspired fabric. I could do either the white side or the blue side. I'm doing sort of the darker blue side. We're gonna get our piece cut. So I've got scissors, staple gun, And I should be about good to get started here. I'm gonna lay the fabric out and we'll get cutting. Well, 1 down, 5 to go. Well, there we have it, the before on the left and the after on the right. Again, nothing particularly wrong with the way it was before. Different sort of style, not what we're going for. Plus had lots of chips and imperfections on the finish. But I was able to take a lot of these sort of imperfections out, put it back together and make it something bright and new. And I think that'll go a lot better with things like the coffee table and that I've already refinished for the house. So we'll see once it's all tied together and decorated in the home and see how it looks. We have come to a lighting store to see if we can find something for over top of the kitchen sink. We currently have sort of 3 little pendulum lights that hang down, but we're trying to find something that's a little bit more interesting, something more unique. But Melissa said she doesn't want something that looks like it's over a pool table. And I know what she means. She means like, yeah, like the type that hang down. She thinks that looks like a pool table style. So we're gonna keep looking around and see if something jumps out at us. Okay, I kind of like this one for over the kitchen counter, but Melissa thinks it looks like it belongs over a pool table. I thought she liked playing pool. Apparently she doesn't.
We have no pool table.
We have no pool table, okay. Well, we're gonna think a little bit more outside the box then. We can always come back to these ideas later on. This one's kind of neat, but Melissa thinks it looks like a bird's nest. Maybe she's right. I mean, she's not wrong.
You know what I think they did?
What?
I think somebody came up with an idea and they were like, gonna scribble it out, and they're like, yeah, that.
I don't know, I think it looks cool. We were eating upstairs and brought Josh Canadian dish, poutine, or poutine, some people call it, but the French Canadians would say poutine, which is, you know, it's basically French fries with cheese curds and gravy.
One of the best meals.
Is it a meal?
Yeah.
It's just,
This one's pretty big.
it is meal sized, that's for sure. If you can't finish all, you have to put it underneath your hat. So today you've come back to do some sanding and some more mudding, I think?
Yeah, so we're just basically gonna focus on the area with the 2 patches.
Yeah.
And they're gonna tape out nice and tight, which is good. Like before, how it kind of stuck down and stuff, none of that's gonna be, it's gonna be
Flat.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
So you've done 2 coats, I think, so far, right?
On here, we've done like the initial skim of the ceiling and then 1 coat around the patches. It's kind of a weird process of how to do this kind of work all together at one thing. So it'll need another coat and then we'll skim the whole thing again.
Right, and this side is basically just ready for sanding.
This has been skimmed twice and then it just needs another tight skim in the problem areas, which we'll check with a light. And then skim that out and then finish sand it all nicely, and then it'll be ready for a primer self-leveling product that we put on there, and then ready for paint after that.
And we've talked to your friend Johnny.
Johnny B, yeah.
Johnny B.
So he'll do that part. He'll do
Johnny Bravo? Does he have the hair?
Oh no.
Oh.
When you see him, that'll be hilarious. No, that part will be his thing, and it will look great.
So is the plan then tomorrow to kind of,
Tomorrow will be, everything should be done skim-wise tomorrow, and if it's kind of hard to say exactly, it's just the nature of it. I'm gonna try to skim the 2 parts plus all these other things today, and then hopefully tomorrow we can do sanding, but it just depends on how it dries.
Right, okay. Well, I'll let you finish up and do your thing. Okay, we've been wanting to change up the picture in the background of the living room for a while, and I think I have an idea. Melissa's gonna let me do a little painting, but we have to come to Home Depot to try and pick out the colors I need to give us that coastal sort of vibe she wants. Anyway, you'll see. But for now, Steven and I are gonna go inside and try and pick out some paint and then go find a canvas. The cheapest solution isn't to buy a big giant container full of paint. You can get these convenient little sample sizes for about $4 or $5 each. It'll do the trick, and that's all you need. We just got back with our stuff, but hey, literally, Josh is here. Farmer Josh, what's up with all the hay?
Oh, insulation for my chicken coop around the outside.
Why don't you just get hairier chickens? He just walks away. That's about what that deserved, I guess. You got your mud.
Got some more mud for the final coat.
I got my canvas and my paint.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I got my plan. So yeah, we'll get to her. Josh is busy working away on the ceiling. Our dog Chewy is upstairs wanting down, but not a good place for a dog to be running around right now. I, on the other hand, am taking advantage of the plastic all over the place to start my, I wouldn't say masterpiece. This is just kind of going to be like a pop art, modern art sort of inspired theme. I've got my selection of colors, but they have to go on in a very specific order. I have to do them at the same time. So I'm going to do my lights first, my darks last, and there's sort of a theme that I'm going for, which I'll explain along the way. But first up, I've got to get some of this color, which is sort of like an off-white. Oh, where it is? Where is it? There it is. That one right there has to go down first so that I can lay the darker on top of it. It's very hard to cover a light color on top of dark. Much easier the other way around. It's the end of the day. I've got pretty well all the chairs done. Just have one more to go to get the seat bottom put on, and that'll be wrapped up. I did run out this afternoon though, and I picked up a couple more stools for our bar height counter. We had some dark ones there before that were sort of like a dark wood stain with leopard print finish. And we got something a little bit brighter, and the price was right too. These are the bar height stools that I got. And, you know, they're good quality, they're well made. The folks that had them had a very nice, well put together house. But I got these for a whopping $15 each, so $30 for the pair. They paid $350 each. Oh, I got some excellent condition stools that match our decor, and Melissa's gonna hopefully enjoy them. I'm gonna call her in and have a look at them and see what she thinks. Okay, do you see them? No? They're right over there.
Oh my gosh. I didn't see the chairs yet, so I saw that first. They look really good.
Oh yeah, I didn't show you the chair?
No.
Okay, well I have to put the bottom on that one still, but that's the idea.
Okay.
Very sort of coastal. I think it'll contrast well with our dark table.
Yeah, I like these benches. I mean, the stools.
So guess how much they were?
$30.
Yeah, oh, I forgot I told you.
I
That's not as
guess.
exciting. But they paid a few $100 each for them.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah.
They're actually sturdy and
Yeah, they're well built. We wanted sort of that craftsman coastal sort of style, and it'll match our table.
the only thing is that this will have to change. I think it has to go white.
Wait, you saying you want me to paint more stuff?
So sorry.
Oh no! But
I love you. I can paint it.
You have time to paint it?
No. It'll be like that forever.
Well, it looks like I've got one more project.
We could try bringing it in and then checking and seeing what.
No, it probably needs to be all matchy-matchy with this other white stuff. I was just hoping to avoid painting something else, but I can do it. I still have the paint, so it can be done. So, you're back. You're working on the sanding right now, but what's with the light?
It helps bring out the shadows in it so that you can see what you wouldn't see by natural light.
So little imperfections and...
Right, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not, oh, I see, like, you know, you can kind of see a little bit like right there.
Right, yeah. It just helps hold it, brings the shadows up so then you can get it nice and flat.
That sounds like something to bring out an evil villain. We were standing in the roof and the shadows came out. You have to call somebody. So you guys are working away. It's super dusty down here. I'm gonna go hide upstairs with the family while you're working. I really thought that I was done with getting the furniture prepped to go back in the house. But I was wrong. I was so wrong, because even though I got the chairs painted and we got some new stools, Melissa wants this painted to match. I redid the top already, but it means that I've got to prime and paint the whole rest of this unit, which is a little bit tricky because there's, you know, 2, 4, 6, there's 8 different cubbies, which means there's you multiply the amount of surfaces there are, it's going to take me quite a while to get that all done. But we do what we do for the ladies in our lives. But I'm going to anyway. So I'm going to get that thing propped up probably on my little work table here, so it's a little easier to reach, and start painting one more thing. It's just going to take time and a little bit of primer and paint. First coat of primer is on. We're going to let that dry and set up before I start to apply the actual paint. And the paint that I'm using does have a primer built into it, so it'll go on nice and thick and hopefully even, but already it is starting to match the coffee table. I hate to say it, she's probably right. It did need to go white to match the rest of the house. Just a lot of extra work, but that's okay. Making progress. Next step will be putting the paint on. Got the last coat on, now just to let it dry and call it a night. Cleanup time. You gotta get your face next. You're all dusty. You've got like, looks like Santa Claus gave you a big wet Santa kiss with snow all over his face. What? Isn't that what you think of when you see dust on a person's face?
No.
No? Just me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Josh has finished up with his work on the ceiling, and today we're waiting for his friend Johnny B to show up and do the painting. Now, we could have rollered this ourselves, where you just basically you edge it like a wall and then you roll it out. The problem is with it being such a big surface and being an open floor plan is that you might see the roller marks. So instead we're opting to pay someone to come and spray it and do a professional job. Now it's going to take 2 days to do that. One to do the primer and the second day to come back and do the paint. So today should be primer, and I can't wait to get all this mess back where it belongs and make our house a home again. It's been a long week. It's been about 7 days or so since we started this process, and just everything, is starting to get covered in this thick dust. We've been cleaning and trying to keep up on it, but yeah, it's gonna be nice to have it back to a home. So I just got home, and I've either entered Dexter's kill den or my house is being plastic for paint. We've got just the right guy on the job here, a friend of Josh's, introducing the fantastic Johnny B. Hey, welcome to the house.
Hey, how's it going? I should say welcome home, right?
Yeah, I know.
To my little Dexter creation.
It's construction site. Yeah, it's looking like you were getting so close to being able to start painting. So what's the plan for the ceiling?
Yeah, so unfortunately I ran out of more plastic, so you can never have enough plastic except for this case, right? So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some level 5 primer on the ceiling just to get everything super smooth and looking very solid.
And what's a level 5 primer? Like, what's the difference for the folks at home that want to know?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm kidding, but so essentially what it does is it has a mixture of primer and sealer in it, and it's a very thick combination that really levels out and smooths all the nuances in the ceiling. So
right, it's hard to get the taping and mudding and all that perfect. So this kind of helps fill those gaps?
Exactly.
Okay. So what got you into painting?
What got me into painting? Long story short, I run track and field. So at the time when I first started, with our weird training schedule, I couldn't really find like a normal job that could like accommodate it. So fast forward, I started just painting fences and then went to decks, then interior. So fast forward about 6 years from then, now I just run a small company where I hire athletes and we all do the same thing.
So does that mean you're extra fast at your job?
Oh, of course.
Okay, but Josh was telling me that you're like training to get to the Olympics or something.
Yep, so I do long jump. This is prior to like me injuring my leg. I tore my Achilles back in June.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's not fun. Anyone at home watching this, don't tear your Achilles. It's not worth it.
Yeah, no, so are you gonna be able to recover from it okay, do you think?
Yeah, so I mean, it's been about 4 months now. Doing all my physio, this is a secret, but I'm doing like ballet stuff just to like really get the flexibility and strengthening in my tendons again.
So wait a minute, you paint, you do track and field, you do long jump, and you also make hip hop music?
Yes, I do a lot.
What? What? Boy, you're making me feel lazy here. And you've got some of your stuff on YouTube as well, right?
Yeah, I sure do.
Okay, so how do they find you on YouTube? What are you under on YouTube?
I think it's Johnny B Jumps. I think that's my YouTube channel.
Johnny B Jumps?
Yeah.
You think, but you're not sure.
If it's wrong, because I haven't posted anything since like maybe March, I want to say.
Yeah.
So if it's wrong, we're going to correct it. But as far as I know, it's Johnny B Jumps.
Okay, well, we'll have to go check it out. In the meantime, you were running out to get some plastic.
More plastic.
I am running out to go and visit my mom for dinner. And I brought her a bunch of stuff from our store, like some of the coffee and stuff like that we sell at our shop. So we'll probably reconnect later on. So super nice to meet you, and have fun painting.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, Johnny's been working inside on the ceiling. I actually snuck away right now to get new tires put on my mom's car for her. Her tires were almost bald, so it was well overdue. Plus, I had to wash it, and I shampooed her carpets for her and vacuumed it. So her little Jeep there should be in great shape. I'm going to surprise her tonight when she gets off work, and she'll have her car all ready to go. In the meantime, I'm going to go duck inside and see if I can see what Johnny's up to.
I had to go out to grab some high class level 5 primer, just because the current stuff I have on the ceiling, there's a few seams that are still showing kind of by the natural light areas. So in order to really have them flush and blend it out as much as possible, I had to go to our last resort. It's from Alberta Drywall. I'm giving them a little bit of a shout out, but we can leave out that part.
No, it's fine. I'm sure if it's good stuff, it's good stuff. You said it's classier. Does it have a bow tie on it or something?
It does. I just kept it in my pocket.
Oh,
so
there
I
you
didn't
go.
want anyone to know, so I hope that's cool.
We got lots of dad jokes around here.
No, it's totally fine. I'm an uncle, so I have some in my pocket.
You got uncle jokes?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
I have the corniest jokes possible. It's terrible. But,
So this stuff is going to help fill the seams,
any the stuff I have.
So what, like you're talking about, like where you can kind of see the patchiness a little bit, and
Yeah, so
The line.
it is primer, and so it's not going to look like paint, but it's still going to level it out even better than what it is currently.
so we have one layer of primer on here already.
We actually have 2 on.
2, okay.
Yeah. So this is an okay, maybe a 6 out of 10. So it's barely a pass, but obviously since we know you guys, we're going to do the best we can to give it a 10 out of 10.
Awesome.
Everyone wants 100%, right? So
Everyone's 100%. That's great. Well, I'm going to leave you to it.
perfect. Sounds like a plan.
So I'm standing inside my house, and there's plastic pretty much everywhere. We've got this little envelope. Melissa, you're on the other side?
Hello.
Okay, she's going to hand me some food to go take down and put in the freezer.
Yeah.
Okay, this has been our life for kind of the last week. That's why when Josh said, I'm surprised you're going to be excited to get the plastic down. Yeah, it's not much. Where are you? There it is. Now everybody knows that you got the kids.
Oh, wow.
What is it?
It's
Oh, those banana bread things?
and the taquitos.
You can tell we've been at
Yeah.
Costco. My wife over there somewhere? I can see a vague shadow. Oh. So he's getting his hazmat suit on, which means kids and spouse have to vacate. I'm gonna duck upstairs pretty soon here too. Let's all run. You're spraying, not rolling.
Yep.
Yep, that's what all this is going on. So I'm gonna try and find where is the. Okay, I'm gonna go behind my plastic cave. See this? This is happening. Okay. This is like that scene from E.T. when they found out that Elliot had a friend that was an alien, and then they did this to his house, but they didn't even fix his ceiling. As far as, do you like Reese's Pieces though?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, we're halfway to E.T. too.
There we go. The remake, right?
Yeah. So we had a bit of a roadblock, I guess.
Yes, roadblock number 54.
You've been counting this whole time?
I've been counting just in paint in the
Did you
corner.
number them somewhere? Like, am I gonna find a paint by number on my ceiling at some point? Like, oh, what are all these numbers for? I'll connect the dots and it'll
It's under the hardwood, so
Oh, there-
it's a secret.
You have been busy, but you found some spots in the ceiling that maybe need a little bit more attention.
Yeah, so this one right here, just above the kitchen sink, I want to say.
Yeah.
So just like that L shape.
Well, did you prime it, or is that kind of?
I put a skim coat of mud on top.
Oh, that's why it's a different color.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
And there's another one just over here, just a quick seam. Same
Right.
thing.
Okay, yeah. You can kind of see where the line is.
Yeah,
So you've called in Josh.
the expert.
We thought he was done. We
We
thought
thought
Josh
so
was
too.
gone. I said goodbye to him on this video already. Like
Yeah.
we said, see you later, Josh, and everything. Now it's gonna be awkward, and he walks back in.
Exactly, he's gonna do the walk of shame, right? Like,
Yeah.
have his head down.
That's right.
Grab a towel, be like, all right,
Yeah, pretty much. I think I'm gonna have to re-edit it so it's like, nah, I'm gonna leave it in there. I'm gonna tell him like, yeah, see you later, and then we're gonna like invite him back.
Exactly.
Yeah, so any minute we're gonna see Josh walking back through the door.
minute now.
And I said we should really give him a hard time because his friend, Steven,
Yeah.
this did divided. Josh did this area, Steven did that area. Now he did say Steven's got like 10 years on me. That's what he said. That was a bad Josh impersonation. But he's like, dude, that guy's got like 10 years experience on me. And so I said that you should tell him that didn't tell you that he did that side. You'd be like, this side's really tight, and that side, I don't know who messed up on this side.
though, because this side had no problem.
so if Steven's watching this later, he'll be like, that's right.
That actually kind of adds up.
Okay, well, hey, but I bet Steven can't finger paint.
Exactly, right? He
So
doesn't have
Josh
his
has him up on
down.
that. So any minute he's gonna walk in the door. Oh, he's here. If you can get in. Damn it, Johnny! It's a boy! Wait, third time giving birth to you is the charm?
Yeah, man, my mom was like, God damn it already.
Put him back, try it again. So how'd your driveway go, Josh?
Yeah. I heard
Oh,
it
it's going good so far.
Did you blow anything up?
No.
Late at night, and actually, like, he's gonna hit the gas line.
Oh yeah. No, we didn't blow anything up. I was just about to start the next thing in my shop when Johnny called me. It's unfortunate. Sometimes when it comes to doing tight skims, you're trying to get as tight as possible. It just needs a...
Yeah, I was telling Johnny, it seems like we didn't have any problems with that side over there.
Yeah, it was weird how perfect this side was. I looked at it, I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this side at all.
That's because there was no patches over there.
Yeah,
Oh.
The
That's
problems,
Oh.
are only where the patches are. And it's only 2 tapes out of what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out of 8, only 2 are bad.
That's insane.
I said I was gonna tease you about it because I told him that was Steven's side over there.
But I said it's not fair because this one had no repairs. It was
No
a flat
repairs.
roof.
Hey, I also taped out this, or I
Yeah.
mudded out this. There's nothing wrong here.
I just finished them, like,
You know you're a friend when you get teased. We're not just the clients anymore.
How many contractors would just be like, they're not gonna notice, so who cares?
That's scary but true, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely true.
If they think you're not gonna notice, then
Well, that you probably wouldn't notice that one. This one you probably wouldn't have noticed with the paint on there, but
plus there's no light right there, so.
well, there is normally.
I
But
think when we want to meet each other, we could just,
and then they go,
can you get it?
yeah, I hate doing that. I don't know.
you're filling in Johnny's shadow up there on the ceiling.
What?
Your-
They're my shadows.
Your shadow is being.
I mean, that's always been this.
It is looking really good though.
Yeah.
And after you get that patched up and we get the paint on, we're gonna be golden.
Yeah, it's gonna look good.
Which is good timing because we have family coming over, so that'll be good.
Tomorrow.
Oh, and then like tonight, I was like, oh,
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
that roll.
It's not tonight, is it?
Well, my mom might be coming tonight,
I would actually
but
be so mad if you do it.
she's all right with plastic, I'm sure. My mom's coming by; she's got to pick up her truck.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So Johnny was back rolling, or no, you were spraying for a while and then back rolling. I guess you both did the.
Yeah, I kind of switched off. I'm not a painter, but you know, it's always good to learn new skills.
Wait, then who does all your paintings?
Yeah.
I knew it. Live, folks. Well, I appreciate that for you
Yeah.
coming and helping out with this. You didn't have to go above and beyond, but you did for your pal. So Johnny, you said that you're coming back tomorrow to kind of finish up.
Yeah, 10 a.m.
Okay.
I still look super dirty because I am.
No, you got the dust off. It's looking all good.
It's still here. I'm gonna shower. I
Yeah.
love that.
Just to come back and do it all again.
Yeah, but it's
more
gonna
time.
look good. It's gonna look minty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have first coat on, it's gonna dry.
Yep.
And after that, basically it's a matte, so it's a flat sort of color. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
No sheen at all.
yeah, it'll level out, which is pretty normal for a ceiling. You don't see too many high gloss ceilings, maybe in a bathroom or something.
In a bathroom and sometimes in kitchens as well.
Yeah.
Well, oftentimes in closed off kitchens. Open concept, not so much.
Yeah, well, it's looking great, guys, and I appreciate you both coming back. So tomorrow should be the big finale where I can actually get everything back in and get the house back together.
Oh, you don't want to keep it like this?
No, yeah, the plastic. Well, mind you, the kids and everybody making a mess, so you just, just leave it, I guess.
You won't be able to cook though.
But you will be able to have spaghetti fights.
Or salsa. We can have hot salsa off the stove.
That works even better.
How is your finger looking these days, by the way, too, after that event?
Good. It's healing up. It's kind of gross looking, but
Yeah, it is healing, though. but-
it's like kind of a hole sort of thing, but
So what was it, melted plastic landed on you?
yeah. So that little tub, when I grabbed it off, like it was like just
Glooping.
oozing like melted cheese, and it just made a little home there, dug a little hole, and then when I peeled it off.
Ugh, gross. But you got the plastic off, though, right?
Yeah. Well, you almost light someone's house on fire. You do what you can to,
No,
to remedy it.
I mean, it was crisis averted, so obviously I'm not stressing about that too much. And you did a wonderful job cleaning the stove. I don't want you to stress too much about that.
Oh,
Yeah. These things happen, and honestly, it's a terrible stove design. If anything, we've bumped into it many times on our own, and it's tried to turn itself
Yeah,
on.
it turns on really easily.
Yeah, so for a stove that's supposed to be kind of a mid to higher end kind of range stove, it's not ideal. But thank you for sticking out so late tonight, guys. I won't see you, Josh, but I'll see Johnny tomorrow.
Yeah, so
And then,
that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, so now we'll say farewell to Josh on this video for real. So
Yeah, for real. I mean, unless we find some other weirdness.
yeah,
We
maybe
want it to look good. That's the goal.
maybe I'll need a giant chicken painted on my wall or something,
Or Garfield, right?
or a Garfield.
That'd be cool. Yeah. You knew that I did that? I probably put it in your store as well. It's a little Garfield
And in the
somewhere.
Potter's house, there's a Garfield behind the kitchen cabinets.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah, I know. His little Garfield everywhere he goes.
Every
you'll have-
project.
Have a good one
All right,
as he
see ya.
escapes through the plastic. Have a good night.
Yeah.
And thanks again, Johnny.
Yeah, no problem.
And we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yes, sir. We just cover this up. And...
I have been gone pretty much all day, and I think they're starting to get the plastic down inside. Let's go have a look and see. Hey,
Hey, perfect timing.
plastic has come down.
It at long last has come down. I put it back up if you want more.
No more plastic ever again. So we're just getting ready for cleanup time, I guess.
Actually, I finished my part of cleaning, just dusting everything. Well, not dusting everything, sweeping up the dust.
Yep.
And cleaning up all the plastic, wiping down any dust on the walls and stuff like that.
So now I guess we just have to do a little bit of touch up here and there.
Yeah, with
But-
the actual paint itself, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I did find that I had some of the blue paint, so.
yeah.
But here we go, a nice flat ceiling.
Yep, still drying, but
Still drying, yeah.
still flat.
Okay, well the big step begins now for us. We've got to start making this a house again.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that to you guys.
I bet. Well, thank you very much for all that you did.
Yeah, of course.
And,
I'm glad it worked out. And
Yeah, it's looking really good. It went above and beyond. Thank you so much.
yeah, anytime.
I am up top here, touching up the top of the ceiling where you can see there's some overspray up there. Bound to happen, after scraping the ceiling, doing some work. There's a bit of touch-ups to do. Meanwhile, the rest of the family is sweeping and washing counters and walls. And Abiel's cleaning the bathroom. Chewy is wondering what's up. Hey, Chewy! He's wondering what's going on. I bet he's happy to have some room to walk around. But I'm gonna get back to this and continue touching up all these little spots along the top of the ceiling. I've just about got all the paint taken care of on the top of the walls. Steven's washing up top. Are you building a fort or are you washing?
I'm making my new bedroom.
Oh, he's making a bedroom up top. He wanted a bunk bed. There you go. If you see above my head here, have a new light to install. And I've chosen, with Melissa's guidance, some pendant lights that have sort of a glass. Everybody's just breaking stuff around here.
It's just metal.
It's just glass. So I have to measure them and get them all the same length. And you have basically this plank, this bottom part here that's going to mount up to the ceiling, and you run the wires through, tie it off, and then make sure they're all the right length. So that's what I'm going to be working on while there, trying not to break the house. Melissa and Abigail, via a phone chat, picked these ones out, these fixtures out, and they kind of look like, what do we say, upside down wine glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are going to get these put in place and thread it in. If I can do this. I have to get a little more leverage here. There we go. So you only have to do this at least once. And then after they're done, they're done. Two, one more to go. Well, after what was a really long week with Steven and Josh, and then Johnny B, and then Josh again, and then Johnny and Melissa and myself all working away, we finally got the main floor a little bit closer to how we wanted. So we'll show you what we did. We have an open concept on our main floor, and we wanted it really nice and bright and airy, sort of a coastal, beachy theme. Part of that was getting rid of the stipple off of the main floor just to really give it a nice crisp look and to repair the damage that was around the ceiling in the kitchen. That is all done. I added a new light fixture in, 3 pendants with sort of an inverted looking, looks like a wine glass upside down to me. Melissa and Abigail picked it out. The cords will eventually straighten out. It just takes a few days before the cords straighten because they have to have weight on them, but that'll settle. I think the coffee table looks pretty much like the picture that Melissa wanted. Sanded down the whole top of the coffee table. It was a really dark wood before, brought it back to its natural finish and just put spar varnish, thick clear coat on it. Should stand up to water, should stand up to UV, very, very durable. Painted it, sanded it, got it all ready to go. We added some plants. We got our couches back in place. We decided not to put a carpet in just yet. We might look for one that we like a little bit better, but the other one was kind of bunching up and getting in the way, and frankly, it's gonna be much easier to clean this way. As for the kitchen area, well, here's the little cupboard that Melissa in the last minute sort of asked me to redo, and I'm kind of glad that I did, because now once we start getting the baskets and things in here, we haven't totally decorated it all yet, it's gonna look really nice, and that matches quite nicely, even though this is a pine and that's not. The finish matches up, so it looks like it's meant to be. And to help tie it all in, I also went one step farther. We had this old mid-century sort of end table, painted the bottom of it white, left the top natural, or the wood stain. And that brings us over to the kitchen. We got rid of the antique radio that was there and just put in this sort of nautical boat oil on canvas that we had. And yeah, here's all the chairs. So we upholstered them in this blue nautical theme striped fabric, did a dark blue to sort of offset the light blue that we have. Left the table, of course, being the wood finish, because I think that it's sort of a rustic looking table, and I think that matches with our theme well. The little painting that I did, so no more will we have a big giant forest scene behind us. This painting I did with rollers, and I did it really simple. You might say, well, that looks just like a bunch of lines. Well, it is, and it's that way on purpose. The light color represents dry sand. That orangey color is wet sand. The white is the wake of the water coming up on the beach. That is sort of like a lower shoreline, you know, when you're sort of just going out to deeper sea. And then the dark blue is open ocean, open water. So it's just, you know, a few simple colors that represents the beach, and it just becomes sort of this modern art piece that is very, very simple. And I did the lines all jiggly jaggly on purpose because as you get out to the ocean, the water kind of settles itself out, but when you get to the shore, maybe there's some imperfections or the land rolls a little bit. So I'd like to think maybe we'd set our little beach towel up here with our umbrella and some chairs maybe one day. You know, I kind of look at that painting and just reminds me going to the beach. So we did that. To decorate the table, we, aside from sanding all of our chairs down, which we've had for eons, I took the time to screw them all together tightly, reupholstered them, sanded them down, primered and painted in a durable finish. I did 2 coats, so that should stand up really well. We got a table runner from Bed Bath & Beyond, I believe was where that one came from. And as a centerpiece, well, we just decided to keep it really simple. Nice little wooden tray that could become practical to use, and mason jars with tea light candles. So a cozy little touch to help finish off our main floor. So after everything is said and done, are you happy with how it turned out?
Yeah, it looks really clean, and I like how, you know what, it does feel bigger, cleaner. So happy to have my kitchen back.
Yeah, and your mom came over today and she walked in and she said, it's really bright in here, like it's somebody else's house. So I take that as a compliment. Not that we're living in a stranger's house, but I like your coastal idea. It does remind me of being in that sort of beachfront cabin when we were in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, me too.
It gives me that vibe. And maybe we'll find a carpet that we like for the living room, but it's really clean right now, isn't it?
It's not even like beachy, it's more like just open and airy and clean.
Airy. I would say not beachy, more coastal, I think is
Yeah.
kind of what they call that theme. But anyway, I think it worked out really good. I trusted your vision. I'm glad that you pushed me to redo the other tables. Even though I thought I was done redoing furniture, I'm glad that you got me to redo it. So I hope you're happy.
Yeah. I hope you're happy.
I hope
am.
you're happy. Well, thanks very much for watching, guys. This was a big redo, but I think the main floor feels so much better, and it made the house feel really much more modern and comfortable on the main part of our building too. So thanks for watching very much. Tune in for more episodes down the road. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you all soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.